How reliable is transportation in New York City?
If it looks like I've been crying, it's because the R train was late and I had to city bike here.
And drivers wasted 117 hours in traffic yearly.
I'm happy. I don't kill nobody.
So in January 2025, New York tried something no other American city had before: congestion pricing. Drivers entering Manhattan's busiest neighborhoods are charged a fee. The goal? To reduce traffic congestion, increase public transit use, and fund system improvements. The majority of New Yorkers were against congestion pricing before it was implemented. But since then, the city has noted significant improvements. Traffic is down, both inside and outside of the congestion relief zone. And the air we breathe has actually gotten cleaner. You see, it's not just about waiting in traffic. All that gridlock costs money, and it's a health and safety issue.
We said, enough with gridlock. It must end. Enough with emergency vehicles being stuck in traffic. That must end. Enough with wasting people's valuable time away from their families and their jobs. And enough with polluting our air with all the emissions. And enough with underfunding the transit system that is the lifeline of this entire region.
Not all politicians believed that the toll would be effective. The program was inspired by similar measures in Singapore, Stockholm, and London. In New York City, drivers entering Manhattan below 61st Street are charged $9 during peak hours and $2.25 overnight. The tolls are electronically collected at over 100 detection points with tolling cameras. Motorcycles pay about half the standard fee, while larger vehicles pay double. There are discounts. How many people use them isn't public. According to New York's Metropolitan Transit Authority, or MTA, the first year has been a great success.
We're on track to have 25 million fewer vehicles enter the zone. And all that revenue that was generated, that has been generated, is being used to fund the improvement of our transit system, mainly subways, but also buses and our suburban rail system.
That money is being used to modernize signals, extend lines, build elevators, and invest in electric buses. So how do New Yorkers feel about the program?
I have seen a kind of a drop-off in the amount of cars, especially in the mornings.
No changes.
I'm such a native New Yorker, I don't know how to drive.
It should be more expensive and expanded.
I help coordinate and run a local pantry, and when we do our runs in the truck, it's just an added price, and it feels really unnecessary. It feels kind of like a tax on the people.
Nonprofits like food pantries are not exempt from the toll. Congestion pricing has met its core goals. 11% fewer vehicles entered the zone, so traffic's faster, particularly for commuters. Transit ridership is up 7%. And the MTA has raised $550 million. There are fewer noise complaints and accidents, plus air quality has improved. Many worried that cab drivers would be hit hardest by the program. They're exempt from the toll, but add a 75-cent surcharge to trips.
The traffic is moving better for me. And then no stress. Before the congestion traffic, you feel like as a cab driver, you're going to have a heart attack soon. But now, we go no problem. People going to the Broadway shows, blah, blah, blah. They already figured out, okay, we're going to go there, take a cab and give the driver a little bit tips or whatever. So they don't care. You know what I'm saying? But people, poor people, they care. They talk, oh, too much money, blah, blah, blah. But rich people, they don't care.
So it hasn't slowed your business? You're just as many?
No.
Taxi drivers actually saw an increase in business during the first 2 months. So did Broadway. Attendance climbed 19%. Another concern? Fewer cars might hurt small businesses. At the Pickle Guys on the Lower East Side, a jar of pickles costs $9, the same price as the toll. Does that deter customers?
Oh, shout out to the Pickle Guys. We got two great customers, you know what I'm saying?
Since congestion pricing began, employees have noticed some changes.
We have a lot of regular customers that come, live in the neighborhood. We see them every day. So obviously it's not as big of an issue for them, but we have a really good communication with our community here, and we definitely hear about oh, it was way harder to get in here today. I hadn't been able to pick up all my pickled items for a few weeks because, money is just tight right now.
Others say the fee doesn't stop them.
Just pay it anyway. I don't come in that often. It's not like I'm commuting in here every day, so when I come in, I just pay it. It's just part of New York City.
Overall visits to the zone were up 2.4%, and foot traffic has increased as well. But not everyone can leave their car behind. Miles Bettinelli drives a small truck and lives in Ridgewood on the border between Brooklyn and Queens. He isn't thrilled about paying the fee, but he sees no way around it.
At the end of the day, I don't have a choice, and I have to drive for work, so I think about it. It sucks, but there's nothing I can do to fix it, really. I'm going to work, Red Hook, Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're bringing your glass toilet with you?
Yeah, I'm bringing my my prop.
As a set designer, Miles needs his car, but takes public transit when he can. The goal isn't to eliminate cars overnight, but to encourage alternatives.
Time to go to Red Hook. That way.
Congestion pricing is changing how people get around the city. They might now opt for a city bike or the subway over driving. That's the point, says Charlie Baker from Transportation Alternatives.
The policy wasn't very popular when it was enacted. I mean, less than a year before it started, I think over 60% of New Yorkers were against it. Have you seen that changing? I mean, you work very locally with Transportation Alternative. Are you seeing differences based on boroughs or neighborhoods? How are people receiving this?
So this is interesting because this is actually a phenomenon you can observe in every part of the world that has enacted congestion pricing, right? Is that right before the program goes into effect, it's at its very, very lowest point of popularity because there's certainly a lot of fear-mongering. People don't like change. Once you show people that a positive change is possible, they're not going to want to give it up. No one wants to go back to a longer commute, a commute where they're stuck in traffic every single morning when they try to get to work.
So, what comes next?
The program so far has been an extraordinary success, and I think that means it's time to expand its benefits to more people, right? So these air quality benefits, these commute time benefits, right? That shouldn't just be for people who live in Manhattan below 60th Street. That should also be for example, people who live in downtown Brooklyn. Look at the traffic going onto the Brooklyn Bridge right now. So I think we should expand these benefits. They've proven to be an enormous success so far, and more people deserve them.
New York traffic is still pretty terrible, but as a driver and a public transit user, I've noticed that the city feels calmer. 1 year in, congestion pricing seems to be working, and other cities are taking note. Would yours benefit from such tolls? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more.